All right, number 12. What is 22.2 divided by 0.02? This is a very nice question. Pretty easy question as well. Now, focus on the denominator. It's not a whole number. So how can we make it a whole number? That's correct. We want to multiply it by a power of 10 that will bring the point at the end. So we want to multiply it by 10 to the second power. In other words, 100. So go 1, 2. So it will actually become, let me just write this. That's the first step, right? Step number 1. Just write it as a fraction in a fractional form. And then we want to multiply by a power of 10 that will actually bring it to the end here. So we're going to move it 1, 2 places to the right. So that will give us 2. The point is here now at the end here. And then we're going to do the same thing to the top. So the number of times we move the point in the numerator is dependent on the number of times we move it in the denominator. Remember, we move it in the denominator twice in order to get the point after the 2, so we can have a whole number there. And so we're going to move the same number of places, 1, 2. So the point will go at the end here. So it moved from here. It actually moved from here to there. Now, what we have here is going to be a 0 being created. So we have 2, 2, 2, 0. Now we can actually divide the top by the number 2. 2 and 2 goes once. And then goes once into each of these, and there goes 0 times there, so we have the number 1, 1, 0. That is that's our answer. So answer is actually B. All right, so let's double check that. Yes, correct. All right, let's do the next question. All right, by distributive law, we have 54 times 4 plus 51 times 21. How are we gonna do that by distributive law? How will we work this out? Well, by distributive law, what we want to do is to factorize what's common. So look at this and look at this. We have a plus sign in between. All right, so we want to factor out what's common in the product here, right? So we have 51 here. We also have 51 here. So we'll factor it out. We have 51. What's remaining? We have a 4. Put the plus sign, and we have a 21. Put it back here. If you notice, 51 times 4 give us this, and 51 times 21 will give us this part by the distributive law. And if you think about it, this is actually 51 multiplied by, what's this? 25. So if you look at this, this is not the answer. We have plus, this will be a times, right? Remember, the 51 is multiplied by whatever is in the bracket. So this is definitely out. This is definitely out. Is it 55 times 72? Definitely out. But look at what we have. We have 51 times 25. This has 25 times 51. Remember, multiplication is commutative, and so they just twist the numbers around to test your knowledge. So A is the answer. All right, express in scientific notation, aka standard form. 296.04. So you may see standard form instead of scientific notation, but it's the same thing. Now remember, standard form must be a number between 1 and 10 times the power of 10. Now if you look at this number is not between 1 and 10. So how are we going to get it to be between 1 and 10? That's correct. We're going to move the point and place it after a digit so that we can actually have it as a number between 1 and 10. And the best place for the point to go, so we have it as a number between 1 and 10, is after the 2. So we have 2.9604. This is a number between 1 and 10. All right, this is just a little bit, well, a little bit less than 3, 2.9604. All right, but these two numbers are not the same. The place value of the 2 is 100, and the place value of the 2 here is 1. Right, so how can we get them to be equal? Well, we're going to multiply this part by a power of 10 that will bring this number back to this number. All right, in order for a power of 10 that will bring the point back to its original position must be a positive power that will take it to the right. And it must be how many places to the right to get back the original. So remember, it's right here now in terms of this. So we can move it 2 places to the right, so it'll be positive 2. Okay, now if you look at these, this one is definitely out because the original number is not 0. It didn't start with 0, I mean, so it cannot be negative. All right, the original number started with 0, in terms of this number I'm talking about, then the power will have to be negative, but that's not the case. These are all positive, so that is out. If you look at this number here though, this is definitely out because this number here is not a number between 1 and 10. So C is out. So we're only left with these two. The trick here is that they have to the fourth power, so you might be tempted to look at this and think that we have to use to the fourth power, but that's not the case, no. The fourth power is wrong. We just want a power that will bring back this number, right, to this original number here. Remember the point is here, so we don't want the point to go at the end. We want it to go right back to where it was originally. So go 2 places to the right, and so this is our choice, our answer.